Hello, and welcome to the Stamp Treasures YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to use our Stampin' Around wheel, and a few other things as well. So this is our standard size handle, and there's a variety of wheels that you can get with it. Now there's a couple different things that you can do with this. You can pop this in and just use it with our regular ink pads. So you can just pop it in like that, snaps into place, and then just wheel it on there. And as long as you're going a short distance, like a card front or something like that, then that's not a problem because you're only going around the wheel once or less than once. If you're going across a 12 by 12 page, you definitely want to use one of our cartridges. So I'm going to show you how to use that. So this is our standard size cartridge, and the color that I'm using is Perfect Plum. These you want to make sure that they're really well inked, and you can get little ink refill bottles. And this is our classic ink refill, which is what you want to use in here. Actually, you can use the craft as well if you have an empty ink cartridge. And you can also use these ink refills on your classic ink pads as well. So all you need to do is just take that off, and what I do is I just do strips like that, and then just use the tip to rotate the wheel around and just go all the way around. Okay, you don't have to do that every time, but if you find that your cartridge isn't inking properly, then that's when you want to do that. Okay, so now to feed it in, what you do, there's this little handle that goes on the outside. You just pop this in like that, slide it down, and I like to hold that because sometimes it will pop out. Take your wheel, pop it into place, and then just snap that up so that your cartridge is touching your wheel. Okay, let's move that out of the way. And then what you want to do is you want to get a piece of scrap paper and just wheel it a couple times on there just to see how well inked it is and to get it inked up really nicely. Okay, so it's ready to go. Now, what I've got is I've got a card base that is 4 1/4 by 11. It's scored at 5 1/2 and also at 1 inch here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is fold it in half, and this part with the 1 inch flap, that's going to fold down. So this is going to be my card front. Okay, so I folded that in half so I can see that score line really nicely. I'm just going to set it down here. This is our wheel guide. I highly recommend this with the wheels. It actually comes in a case like this. You get 2 of the guides, and it allows you to miter the corners. You can lock them into place like this, and if you're doing a 12 by 12 scrapbook page, you can miter your corners to make it look nice and crisp. Now, I'm not going to go into detail now. That would be a completely different video, but it does give you step-by-step instructions on the inside on how to do that. Okay, so I'm going to use just one right now. I'm going to line this up with my score line. And what you want to do when you use your wheels is you want to start off of the cardstock and end off of the cardstock, and you never want to double back because your image will not line up properly. Okay, so I've got it positioned here. I like to have my index finger right in the center of that wheel, and I also find that for me, because I'm vertically challenged, it helps to stand up as well. All right, so I'm just going to start here and then roll across, and you get that nice crisp image. Okay, so that's going to go like that. All right, it's also nice to do, you can decorate your envelopes, you can do gift wrap. So there's the envelope that's going to go with this card. Okay, so now on to the next part of the card. We can get rid of this. Now, first of all, my color combination, I chose using our Color Coach. If you haven't seen the Color Coach, this is a fabulous resource. It has got really nice large size swatches of all of our colors, and then if you look on the back, it gives you nice color combinations, a couple different options. There's lots of information on how to use color in the front, and it even has at the back, let's see if I can find it here, sorry, where is it here? You can use your 1/2 inch punch if you come up with your own color combinations. Okay, where is it? Here we go. If you come up with your own color combinations using a 1/2 inch punch, you can punch out little bits of cardstock and do your own color combinations as well. So what I like to do when I start a project is I like to look at my cardstock, find out what I've got lots of. And for this particular one, I had lots of Perfect Plum. So what I did was I flipped it over, and I'm using this color combination here, the creative combination. So Perfect Plum, Marina Mist, and Rose Red. Okay, so this is a wonderful resource. Highly recommend it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I want to decorate this little lip just a little bit. I'm just going to use my bone folder to make that nice and crisp. Make this nice and crisp. There we go. And I am going to use our Scallop border punch along this little edge. And let's see if I can do this upside down here. Okay, now when I use my border punches, what I like to do is I like to kind of eyeball it so that it's somewhat in the center, and punch. And then what you want to do is you want to slide it over, and you want to line, you can see that there's pictures on here. You want to line up what you've just punched with those pictures, and I hope you can see. Okay, and then I'm going to slide it over and do the same thing on this side. So line it up with the picture. Oh, and I'm too far over. I need to go back a bit. Like that. And punch. So now I've got a nice decorative edge. Okay, let's slide that out of the way here. Okay. So then what I'm going to do, I've got a piece of Whisper White grosgrain ribbon. I'm going to wrap this around. So this is going to be a little pocket card. So I'm not even going to put adhesive up the sides. I find if you put the adhesive up the sides, it just makes the pocket just that much smaller. Okay. Use my ribbon scissors and trim those edges just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to work on the accent. So what I've done is I have pre-cut, I believe it's a 2 3/8 inch scallop circle from Rose Red cardstock, a 1 3/4 inch circle from Marina Mist, poked a hole and fed through some linen thread. I've also pre-stamped a punch and cut it out, or a stamp. It's a heart image from I Heart Hearts in Rose Red, cut it out, just leaving a little bit of a white border all the way around the edges. I've got a dimensional on the back, so I'm going to tuck that or add that right on there. Now I've got a scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to use an image from Bring on the Cake, which is in the Occasions mini catalog. I'm going to use this little A Gift for You image. This is one of my favorite stamp sets. I love this birthday stamp set. So I'm going to use that. I've got the clear mount version, and then I've got my block B, and just apply a little bit of pressure to get that stuck on the bottom of that block. I've got my Perfect Plum ink. Ink that up. Stamp it down there. And then I'm going to use my 1 inch circle punch. Slide that in like that. Punch it out. And then this is going to get tucked right on there. And I think I need to sharpen my punch. If you look, I've got a little bit of a jagged edge there. That needs to be sharpened just a little bit. Okay, so tuck that on there, and then that's going to get wrapped around there so that your finished card looks like this. And then, so this is the insert. What I did was I punched another 1 inch circle punch in Marina Mist, punched out a little heart, and you can write your message on there. So I did add a little bit of adhesive actually underneath the flap just to hold that down, but that's the finished card. So I hope you liked it. If you'd like more inspiration, just visit www.stampedtreasures.com. All right, thanks for stopping by. Bye.